Boston. Tonight, it's all hands on deck for him here at home. This is a Game 7, and we know anything can happen.
Yeah, and I expect them to tighten up their rotation, play with more urgency. The start of this game is huge. They're hoping the home crowd will help them.
Look at the 76ers starting group. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. Oubre out there with Embiid, and it's George in at the 3. From about 16, it's rebounded by Edgecombe.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the deep.
Pass to Embiid. Now Edgecombe. From outside, off the mark. Here's Hauser, defended by George. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Sixers ball. Philadelphia with the ball. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. We talked about Joel Embiid specifically and what he wants his team to do against him, and Coach said, I want us to make life difficult for him. Every time he catches it in the post, I want us to push back and be physical with him. If he's out on the perimeter, I want to put a hand up on every single shot. Let's see if Coach's message resonates. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks.
That three-point shooting sets up every aspect of Jaylen Brown's game. What a pretty shot.
Maxey deciding where to go with it. Oubre against Tatum. High post, Embiid. Shot clock at 6. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock.
And boy, did they get bailed out on that possession. Embiid able to just make something out of nothing.
Pass to Hauser. Now White. Outside Tatum. A 3. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And Maxey gets it to go on the assist by Edgecombe.
And one of the many ways Maxey can hurt you with his shooting, lightning fast on that release.
Brown outside. No good. Shot missing.
Boy, a chilly start for this basketball team. They are just 1 for 4.
George passes to Embiid. And stolen by White. Pass to Tatum. And here's White. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Derek White, tremendous finisher in the painted area. Just drops it in softly.
Outside, George. Edgecombe with the screen for George. Pass to Edgecombe. Launches it. And here's George for 3. Rebound Boston. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Tatum. And he drops it in from the low post.
Well, size and skill. Tatum on the interior. Yes, sir.
And it's Maxey with the ball for Philadelphia. It's a 3-point game. Oubre outside. Cuts off the pass. Tatum against Oubre. Tatum gets the bucket.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Outside, George. Oubre sets the screen for George. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
This is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots.
The 76ers shooting their first foul shot of the game. good, Paul George.
Well, you have to respect the career of Paul George. He has faced at one point a career-ending injury. He keeps battling to get back on the floor through constant injury.
Now here's Brown. Pass to Hauser. White looking around. Back to Hauser. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Lets it go. Brown, no good.
Boy, still trying to get comfortable out there right now.
Oubre inside. Brown's there. George passes to Embiid. That misses off the backboard. The Celtics with the lead. Outside White. Outside Tatum. Brown outside. Fires away from outside. Oubre pulls it in.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Outside, Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Takes the three. And Boston with the rebound.
Oh, that is how you deny an open look with some in-your-face defense.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Embiid finds Maxey. Goes up on the block. Good on the shot. Maxey's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And you can pretty much count on Maxey to find shots. He does his job out there.
Pass to Queta. Outside White. Lets the three fly. Oubre pulls it in.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question, he altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Oh, count it. Good.
I'll tell you clearly, this guy has found his rhythm. He's attacking with confidence early.
Now here's Brown. Launches a three. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Philadelphia's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. It's stolen by Brown. It's White on the wing. He's covered by Maxey. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Vucevic, he's checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Sam Hauser. And the 76ers also making a change. Grimes is checked in. For Philadelphia, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Embiid kicks to George. Embiid with the screen on Tatum. George passes to Grimes. Clock at 6. Embiid with the screen on White. Here's Grimes. Embiid. And Embiid is right there. And the 76ers lead by 2.
He just knows where to go. Embiid positioning himself perfectly to get the putback.
Oubre against Brown. Embiid in the corner. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Several teams changing it up here. Boston's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. checked in for Brown.
Substitution on the court.
Vucevic against Drummond. Here's Pritchard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The end is out. It's Drummond with the rebound.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the board. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 2. Pass to Vucevic. Out to the right wing. This one for 3. And Peyton Pritchard, good for 3.
This is where the size of Vucevic allows him to see over the defense. This guy, a terrific distributor.
Edwards with the screen for Lowry. Bobbed up there for Drummond. It's stolen by Vucevic. Lowry against Pritchard. Outside, Gonzalez. Fires the 3. That shot off. Great D that time from Edwards. It's Grimes on the wing. Still without a basket. At the elbow, it's Drummond. And it's Lowry penetrating. They get it again. Drummond with a screen on Pritchard. Another miss by Philadelphia. Boston shooting just about an even 40% to start. There's a minute 40 left here in the opening quarter. Celtics passing it around. Connects from three-point range. And it's a 4-point Celtic lead.
You can't just stop when there's a big setup. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now here is Lowry. It's stolen by Vucevic. Gonzalez against Edwards. Back to Pritchard. 58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. Gonzalez passes to Vucevic. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Trendon Watford's checked in for the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey comes in for Kyle Lowry. The 76ers trail by 4. Grimes with it. He has yet to score. Outside, Maxey gets a very good look and converts.
Assist goes to Quentin Grimes.
So it's the Celtics now. Thursday's loss was a disappointment.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Well, the kind of low-energy effort they played with all night will make a coach absolutely crazy. You can't win if you don't play quality defense.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game.
First team foul. At the line, Peyton Pritchard. At the line for 2 shots.
That free throw good from Pritchard. Both shots good from the strike.
Well, this guy's so crafty. Once he catches the defender a little bit out of position, it's a very good bet he's going to get some free throws.
Pritchard against Maxey. From outside the arc. Can't hit that one. And so it's Peyton Pritchard making highlight after highlight for the Boston Celtics. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back to the action in just a minute. And we're back courtside at Game 7 as this series comes to a head. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, they've got Drummond. Quentin Grimes up there with Maxey. Then there's Jabari Walker. And it's Edwards in at the 3 spot.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Outside Tatum. Vucevic setting the pick for Tatum. Over in the corner, Pritchard. Nailed from three-point land. Pritchard's got the lead up to 5 now for the Celtics. Maxey against Pritchard. Side Maxey. Edwards kicks to Walker. Now Grimes. No scoring in this one.
Most defenses want to protect the paint first. Great job there.
Here's Shireman. He's guarded by Grimes. Vucevic dishes to Tatum. Shot clock at 5. Tatum slips by the contact inside.
You see Jason Tatum doesn't get hurried under duress of the clock. Just trusts in his ability to make shots.
Bounce pass Maxey. Edwards a screen on Pritchard. Here's Maxey. That's in, coming off the assist from Edwards.
Assist from
Maxey's got 8 points. Celtics leading by 5. Here's Pritchard. 11 points in the game. The Celtics working the ball around now. Emphatic finish by Tatum.
How easy it is to get off your feet. How about the spring from Jason Tatum?
Grimes passes to Maxey. Drummond sets the screen for Maxey. He gets it in there. 10 points for him.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's ready to talk things through with them.
here they come. It's from the entertainment.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Lowry's checked in. Tatum deciding where to go with it. And it's Vucevic in the corner. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Celtics lead by 8.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
He passes to Grimes. Great D that time from Tatum.
Boy, he won't miss many of those, but it certainly happens and did there.
The Wide open look here for Vucevic. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Now, here's Maxey. He's guarded closer. Edwards kicks to Maxey. 6 on the shot clock. A step-back shot here. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Offensively, Maxey can be such a problem. He attacks you with that relentless energy.
Pritchard with the ball. Now recovering. Pritchard with the ball. 11 points in the game. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Maxey. Outside Lowry. Here's Grimes. Shoots the 3. Up and in. It's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
Well, they specifically want Grimes to be in positions to catch and shoot, and you see why right there.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. 6-point game. Here's Grimes. Vucevic defending. Outside for Lowry. It's up a 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Well, there is never hesitation with Kyle Lowry on the catch. This guy understands he's got the right instincts and the right mechanics.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Andre Drummond. Kelly Oubre comes in for Edwards. Paul George, he's checked in for Quentin Grimes. And it's Edgecombe in for Kyle Lowry. George in the post. He's covered by Brown. George passes to Maxey. Pocket 6. Embiid with the screen on Tatum. Oubre inside. Tatum on him. Oubre can't get it to go. Over in the corner, White. Pass to Vucevic. The kick out to Brown. A 3-ball. Cash money. Brown with the tray.
The high-value three-point opportunity for Jaylen Brown. This guy's a threat from anywhere.
Embiid with a screen on Pritchard. Maxey against Pritchard. And that one's good. Maxey.
Boy, every time he goes up now, it just looks like the shot's going in. He's perfect from the field in this quarter.
George against Brown. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. And the Celtics making a change here. Hauser's checked in.
Number 30, Sam Hauser.
The 76ers trail by 6. Pass to Edgecombe. Maxey against White. Embiid the screen. And here's Maxey outside. That one misses. He has made 7 of his 9 field goal attempts. And here is Tatum. 12 points for him. On the wing run. White setting the pick for Brown. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Sixers ball.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Kate is checked in, and it's Pritchard in for Jason Tatum. And the 76ers also making a change. Quentin Grimes is checked in for Maxey. Here's Edgecombe. He's covered by Pritchard. Pass to George. Fires for three. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
The countless hours Paul George has put into that three-point shooting, a huge part of his development.
Pritchard passes to Queta. Now Hauser. Scoreless thus far. Brown right side. Just 4 to shoot. Oubre pulls it in. Oubre's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Boy, they've managed without him to a degree, which bodes well for them overall.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here's Brown. 6 points for him. Hauser finds Pritchard. Celtics passing it around. There's the pick. They could use a bucket. He takes it up and lays it in. White's got his second basket.
Well, inside, Derek White showing an ability to finish around the cup.
Pass to Embiid. Oubre on the wing. Brown the pass to Queta. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Well, it's definitely within striking distance now.
Yeah, but they've got to make each possession count on both sides of the floor.
It's George on the wing. Hauser defending. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Embiid has to deal with as much contact inside as anyone. He's good at going up and getting to the strike.
Joel Embiid. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
Better than most centers from the line. Embiid exceptional with his hands.
Boston making a switch here. Mars is checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, big man that makes their free throws. Bravo.
White the pass to Queta. Now here's Brown from the arc. Oubre pulls it in. Pass to George. Down low. Hauser up top. Hasn't made one yet.
Philadelphia foul. Edgecombe. First personal foul. First team foul.
Boston shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
2. Sam Hauser.
That free throw good from Hauser. And both free throws good for Hauser. The 76ers trail by 3. Outside, George. And it's blocked. Here's Hauser. To the paint, and Embiid with the steal. Oubre passes to George. The shot's good. George has got 7 now in this quarter.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
Brown outside. Now here's White. Pass to Hauser. hits the three-point bomb. Hauser's got 5 now.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
Your Celtics Entertainment.
.157 left in the first half. Here's Edgecombe. Light covering. Pass to George. Now Grimes. Now Edgecombe. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Celtics. Kata's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Hauser the pass to Brown. We've got 1:18 left here in the second. It's White on the wing. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Edgecombe with it. Still yet to score. It's White on the wing. 51 seconds left to play here in the half. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The 76ers trail by 4. Here's Edgecombe. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Explosive in that painted area. Edgecombe can just rise above any type of resistance.
Inside, here's White. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 6 points for Derek White.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they really started to get it closer to the basket.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
.32 seconds left in the first half. Grimes passes to George. Philadelphia moving the ball over. And Embiid throws it down.
And seeing a guy as big as Embiid being so fluid in terms of his movement, jaw-dropping.
Down low. He's guarded by Grimes. Brown with the bucket. Brown's got 8 points.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
George looking around. No good from the wing. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Celtics lead by 4. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
I'm joined by Coach Mazzulla. Joe, what was the focus out there offensively?
We just got to fight for our spacing. We have to fight the screen. We have to fight to create advantages. It's 2 great teams playing against each other, and you're going to have to earn it. And so we just got to do a better job creating separation on the offensive end and fight for our great spacing.
Seems like an easy fix. Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Allie, thank you so much for that interview. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with you for the second half of the game right after this.
Some great postseason action in the first half of play. A healthy lead has been built for the Boston Celtics.
They've had the hot hand from deep, so I'm giving these guys the green light. Keep riding the perimeter game until they take it away.
They sure made it look easy at times. What a half. Looking at how the Celtics are doing in this series. Game 7, we know how much is at stake. Kenny, what's it like to play in one of these?
Well, it's normal to have some nerves. Now, you can't shake those off, but those butterflies, they quickly remove when the game starts. Normally, guys get better in the second half.
First of all, Ernie, you shouldn't be asking the Earthling that question because me, I never got nervous. I instilled fear in my opponents. So let's see who's built for this pressure.
The Diesel, pulling no punches, as usual. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And we're happy to have you back for more playoff basketball here in round 1. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
And with all the pressure he must have felt coming into this one, it didn't faze him one bit. Fantastic start.
Boy, he has been locked in, all about business, just going out there and doing what he does best.
Boston with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points. Down on the block, it's Tatum with Kata. The guard pair, it's White and Brown. And it's Hauser in at the 3 spot. That's the Boston 5.
Jason Tatum is a thirsty scorer right now, filling it up.
And here's George. After Jason Tatum getting his shot to go from deep. George in the post. Pass to Edgecombe. It's stolen by Brown. Outside, White. Now Tatum, covered by Oubre. Oubre against Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Oubre. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 6 rebounds in the game. George up top. Hauser defending. Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Hauser with the ball. Defended by George. Outside Tatum. Back to Hauser. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers, trailing here by 8. And George kicks to Oubre. Here's Edgecombe. He's covered by Brown. Maxey, no good. Boston's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the 3rd quarter so far. Tatum dishes to White. Pass to Brown. Brown on the drive. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
To me, this is Jaylen Brown at his best, right? A superb player who gets to the rim in no time.
The Celtics shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Line for 2 shots.
Free throw good from Brown.
What I love about Jaylen Brown is his commitment to improvement. This guy's worked hard on his three-point shooting. He's worked hard on his handle and his decision-making, and there's still another level to come.
And he makes both free throws.
You think about what Jaylen Brown brings to the table. Elite athleticism, three-point shot making, attacking the rim in transition, so much to like.
Now, here's Maxey. He's got 14. Outside, George. Pass to Edgecombe. Edgecombe with the screen for Oubre. And he makes good on the layup. Oubre's got his first basket.
Well, how about the length and athletic ability of Kelly Oubre Jr.? Go ahead in there.
Right, the pass to Kata. Tatum kicks to White. Brown drives in, and he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.
This guy, one of the most elite athletes in the game, Jaylen Brown, finishes beautifully.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. The 76ers trail by 10. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Over White. And Tatum pulls it down. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the hand. It's tipped. Edgecombe with the steal. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Maxey passes to Oubre. Brown against Maxey. 5 on the clock. Embiid wide open. The 76ers with another miss. Boston leading by 10. White finds Brown. White setting the bid for Brown. Pass to Tatum. From past the arc. They grab their own miss. For the 3. Excellent D there from George.
If you're a defender, your job is to make life hard on an excellent shooter. Great defense there.
Here's Embiid. Embiid owns the lane.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
Pass to Tatum. There's the 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. And here's George. 12 points for him. Philadelphia moving the ball over. Embiid sets the pick for George. From deep. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
You have got to have the right focus and the right reads in the pick and roll. And Paul George making all the right decisions right now, slicing up the defense.
Now here's Tatum. 15 points in the game. To the inside. Out to White. Tatum with the screen on Maxey. White the pass to Tatum. Busted. No good that time either. And so George will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a 5-point game. Tatum against Oubre. Tatum passes to Keita. Right wing. And here is Brown. Pass to Tatum. Great D that time from Oubre.
Well, whether it's a defensive adjustment or he's gone just a bit cold, that efficiency has really fallen off this quarter.
Up top, Maxey. Right covering. Maxey kicks to George. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Maxey, no good. Celtics leading by 5. The kick out to Tatum. Back to Brown. Oubre against Tatum. To the middle. Out to White. Over Maxey. The 18-footer is right on the mark. White's got 8.
You have to be dialed in from the mid-range. Derek White says, I can do that too, folks.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
starting squad for your Celtics youth and team.
Vucevic, he's checked in for the Celtics. Richard comes in for Sam Hauser.
Entertainment.
Against George. Edgecombe with the screen for George. Inside, it's stolen by Vucevic. Brown the pass to White. Shoots over Edgecombe. And there is White. And that's good on the assist by Brown. And let's get your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Celtics.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
Pass to Edgecombe. Here's Maxey. 5 to shoot. Here's Embiid. And Boston with the rebound. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Tatum passes to Pritchard. Back to Tatum. Oubre with the steal. Maxey against Pritchard. Another miss by Philadelphia. Boston leading by 9. White dishes to Vucevic. Doesn't go for him. Good D by Embiid. Philadelphia's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
You just have to love that grit and effort on the glass. No problems battling for the basketball.
Richard finds Brown. Now here's White. To the right wing. Vucevic to the pass to Brown. Oubre pulls it in. The 76ers trail by 9. Outside, Maxey. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Misses and the dry spell continues.
Boy, it's in his head right now. I mean, there is nothing working for this man.
Brown fiddles through the contact from Brown.
He was not about to be denied. Jaylen Brown just muscles that home.
Here's Edgecombe. Light covering. Embiid with a screen on White. Pass to Embiid. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Celtics leading by 11. Edgecombe with the steal. Now the 76ers on the break. Oubre kicks to Maxey. 8 for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
Well, he's giving himself a chance. 6 shots he's gotten up this quarter, but only able to convert on one of them.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And some changes here for the Celtics. Walsh is checked in, and it's Gonzalez in for Brown. 1:57 left in the third. Pritchard sets a screen for Vucevic. 6 to shoot. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 6th rebound on the night. And now Philadelphia on the break.
I'd say he never misses a chance to drop a dime. As usual, Lowry one step ahead of everyone, setting up the bucket.
Lowry against Pritchard. Outside Gonzalez. Back to Pritchard. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Pritchard's got 13.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Now here's Drummond with his first shot attempt, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. 55 seconds left to play in the third. Stolen by Walker. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Arlo's checked in. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. To the left wing. Now Pritchard. He's got 13. Just 5 on the clock. They set the pick. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Drummond's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Outside Lowry. Pass to Drummond. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. 5 seconds left to play in the third. A deep three from Pritchard. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Celtics up by 7. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. As our round one coverage continues. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They trail by 7. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Terry is out there with Tyrese Maxey. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Quentin Grimes. And it's Edwards in at the 4-man position.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Terry with a screen on Pritchard. Maxey against Pritchard. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket for Maxey.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Pass to Shireman. Back to Tatum. Inside, Tatum automatic.
Well, Jason Tatum has worked hard to fill out his frame. It's not going to bother him that you're bringing a level of physicality.
Terry setting the pick for Maxey. Now Drummond. Shoots over Vucevic. And too long on the shot. Celtics leading by 9. Here's Walsh. Got it. Good job in the low post. Walsh has got 4 this quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Maxey. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And give credit to Maxey for just being aggressive inside, earning that whistle in the process.
Maxey, 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Well, we've all watched Maxi's game grow through the years, and he continues to improve.
Trendon Watford's checked in for the 76ers. And he sinks the second. Celtics leading by 10. Vucevic is screen on Maxey. Pass to Vucevic. Lets it go with the three. It's good from long range.
Mr. Vucevic has elite range for a big man. He will punish you from downtown if you let him.
Pritchard against Maxey. Drummond with a screen on Pritchard. From deep, Maxey. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Driving in. A shot by Pritchard, no good. The 76ers trail by 13. Down low, here's Watford. It's rebounded by Walsh. The Celtics have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Tatum. He's guarded by Grimes. 5 to shoot. Here's Tatum. Does not fall through. He's missed 6 of his 14 attempts. From deep, Maxey knocks down the 3 ball. Maxey's got 22 points.
This guy's been great, no doubt about it, but it hasn't been enough to get them where they want to be.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Brown's checked in for Boston. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He loves what the D has been able to accomplish, saying to his team, every turnover is a big success for us. Keep forcing those errors. Don't let them feel comfortable out there. So expect them to keep trying to be disruptive.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Pass to Brown. Now Pritchard. He's covered by Maxey. Pritchard feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 6. Tatum passes to Vucevic. There's the triple. The rebound by Watford. The 76ers trail by 10. Here's Grimes. Outside, Maxey. High post, Embiid. Vucevic on. Pass to Grimes. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Well, you talk about spacing the floor. This is exactly what you hope for from Quentin Grimes.
Now here's Tatum. Covered by Watford. Tatum driving. Here's Vucevic. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got his 5th assist in this one.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Here's Watford. Embiid inside. Vucevic on him. Here's Grimes. He's covered by Brown. One-on-one fast break. Here's Tatum. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And the Celtics making a change here. White's checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Trendon Watford. Paul George comes in for Edwards. And it's Edgecombe in for Quentin Grimes. And the free throw, no good.
Boy, if you think about everything Jason Tatum does for his team, it's at a high level. And he doesn't ever get the full recognition he deserves. This guy is the very definition of franchise player.
Now, here's Maxey. And he comes up with the deuce. Maxey's got 8 points in the quarter.
Listen, this guy's doing his part. It's what we know he's about, but they have got to get some productivity from some other guys on this roster.
Outside Tatum. Oubre with the steal. To the right side. Maxey on the wing. Embiid against Vucevic. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Embiid.
It's just so tough to knock Embiid off the block. That's his territory.
Pritchard passes to Vucevic. Back to Pritchard. Pass to Tatum. And the dunk by Tatum.
Oh, another huge night for Tatum. One of the top scorers in the NBA. Jason beats you in so many different ways.
Now, here's Maxey. Embiid with the screen on Pritchard. Here's Maxey outside. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Probably the last guy you want to foul out there. Maxey was automatic at the strike.
And the first one drops. Sam Hauser's checked in for Pritchard. And the second free throw, good.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And he nails the third. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Boston. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Brown sets a screen for White. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Celtics lead by 10.
Derek White is a legit three-point threat. I don't care where on the floor he is. You better contest.
Puts it up from 7. A nice shot by Embiid.
And they're just doomed if they keep letting them post up like that.
You've got to deny the position to afford them no opportunity at making that entry pass into the post.
Now here's White. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
Yeah, they're going for the throat. Pass to Embiid. Great D that time from Vucevic. Boston leading by 10. Outside White. And here is Tatum, covered by Oubre. And it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by Tatum. Vucevic has got 8 here in the quarter. Philadelphia has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Vucevic against Embiid. To Maxey. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Vucevic.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
The line for the 76ers, Tyrese Maxey, taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, Maxey.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Maxey hits them both. Celtics leading by 10. Now here's White. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Hauser. Wants to get it to Tatum and does. And he uses the glass on the layup. Tatum's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way. Well, that's the opportunity they're looking for, just not the result, obviously.
Vucevic's screen on Oubre. Tatum drives in. Oh, looping down the lane. Tatum.
Well, you can see the team is just continuing to call his number. Until the defense figures it out, it ain't going to change.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Celtics making a switch here. Kate is checked in. Here's Maxey. Embiid the screen. Oh, great touch off the pass.
The assist, Tyrese Maxey.
Brown with it. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Here's Tatum. Oubre with the steal. Now Edgecombe. Stolen by Tatum. Now White shoots the three. Knocks down the three.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Edgecombe with it. He's covered by Brown. Embiid with a screen on Brown. Shot clock at 5. Here's Edgecombe. He's covered by Brown. Does not go. Celtics leading by 17.
And guys, just really impressed. They made big plays when it counted, and that's why it's going to be on to the next round for the Celtics.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And for a series that went the distance, you have to admire how they were able to close it out here as the time winds down.
Yeah, well, you never know going into a Game 7 like this who is going to rise to the occasion. I think they showed they had exactly what was needed, that extra grit and grind to fight for the win, fight for the series, and congratulations are definitely in order.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Jason Tatum.
I
got to tell you, he was their engine all game long, setting his teammates up for success.
Here's Maxey after the basket by Boston. Here's George. Oh, and he feathers one right through. What touch! And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. Now White. Here's Brown. The 19-foot shot. Embiid there for the rebound. And they're going to move on to the conference semifinals. Thrilling fashion, guys, taking round one in what certainly will go down. Guys, it's one of the most competitive series this year.
And you always love a game set, and no disappointment here. And these guys are ready and excited for round two. Maybe a bit tired, but the adrenaline is still coming.
So let's go courtside, where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game, Allie.
Jason, congrats on the win. How do you prepare yourself to carry such a big scoring load for this team?
Just a lot of hard work. You know, my teammates trusting me and vice versa. So, we do a good job whoever's hot, getting them the ball, and just making the right play, whatever it is.
That's what's great about this team. It could be anybody's night. Thanks, Jason.
Great job. Thanks for that, Allie. And that about wraps it up for this broadcast of the NBA Eastern Conference quarterfinals. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jason Tatum.
This series has been a tip-off goes to Philadelphia. Here are the five for Philadelphia. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. And it's George in at the three. And here comes the break. Here's Tatum. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
That's good hustle. Tatum beating several guys up the floor, putting himself in a position to contribute.
Maxey against White.
Philadelphia moving it around. Outside Maxey. 6 to shoot. There's the triple. Boston pulls it in. Hauser outside. And just about a minute into this first quarter. There's Tatum with the three. Counted from distance. Tatum's got 5 points.
You know, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
Maxey passes to George. To the inside. White finds Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Poor rim. Tatum plays with such an edge.
Now Philadelphia with it. Nothing up yet on the scoreboard for him. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. I asked him what he told his guys before going up against Joel Embiid, and he said, quote, I told them to get into him. Always get a hand up and do your best to guard without fouling. Embiid excels at baiting defenders, but we can't afford to give him 3 points at the line. Brian, back over to you.
Thanks for that, Allie.
Good contest. Can't let him have open shots from mid-range.
And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul of the game. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Brown. And it's Boston scoring again.
I just love the ball movement.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Here they come. It's Summit Entertainment.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Outside Maxey. Back to George. Oubre against Tatum. To the wing, right side. Embiid missing again. Here are the Celtics with the ball. 9 points in a row, a good run going. White, the pass to Hauser. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
And their ball pressure has been a major story in this one. Their ability to create turnovers and then turn that into offense. What a huge difference that has made.
The first free throw is good. Both good from the line that time.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Up top, Maxey. He's guarded by White. And another miss by Philadelphia.
Just brutal. I mean, 5 straight misses to begin the game.
Brown in the high post. Brown draws the double, and Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Inside, here's Hauser, and the layup is good off the glass.
The plan coming in is working. They're perfect 5 for 5 from the floor.
76ers trail by 13. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
To snap the cold streak. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Well, Paul George understands how to draw contact on his way to the rim. He earns a trip to the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
Taking 2 shots.
That's good from George.
Well, look, he might not quite be the player he once was, but make no mistake about it. Paul George, on any given night, can go out there and take over a game.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the strike.
You're not going to find many better two-way players than George. He gets after it at both ends every night.
Outside Tatum. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go from 11. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. '76ers trail by 12. Pass to Edgecombe. Here's Oubre. George outside. Shot clock at 6. Takes a 3. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in the game. Outside White. Back to Tatum. Down low. Embiid with a steal. Knocks it loose. Tatum with a steal. White drives in. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Sixers. '76ers trail by 12. Pass to Edgecombe. Back to Maxey. Now Oubre. Embiid, a screen on White. Clock at 6. George outside. 4-3. Philadelphia with another miss. Celtics lead by 12. Tatum passes to White. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
Pass to Embiid. Philadelphia moving it around. Here's the pick. Maxey against White. Maxey feeling it out a bit. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for Boston. Outside White. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Well, give the defender credit. Sometimes it's enough to force the miss.
Oubre passes to Maxey. And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul of the game. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. With some changes. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Queta, and Pritchard is subbed in for Hauser. Brown against George. Pass to Edgecombe. Beyond the arc. The Sixers with another miss.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Tatum finds Pritchard. Oubre with a steal. Now Maxey. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, he needed that bucket to show there isn't a lid on there.
Celtics lead by 13. On the wing, Tatum. He's covered by Oubre. Tatum, shot is good. Tatum's got 9.
Woo, he's piping hot. 4 for 4 from the field. No one can guard him out there.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Now here's Maxey. It falls. He's now 2 of 5 from the field.
Maxey's showing you a tremendous amount of fight to get that one to go.
The Celtics have got 7 of 8 in the basket. Back to Pritchard. Tatum against Oubre. It's stolen by Oubre. To the paint. Pritchard with a steal. White looking it over. Pass to Tatum. Back to White. Here's Tatum. He's got 9. 6 on the shot clock. The 3. The rebound by Embiid. 76ers trail by 13. To the middle. Oubre passes to Maxey. Uses the glass on the layup. 6 points for Tyrese Maxey.
Well, that is some impressive body control right there on display by Maxey.
Outside White. Pass to Vucevic. Back to White. Now here's Pritchard. Puts up a 3. Paul George pulls down the board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And here is Maxey. Back to Oubre. And Pritchard comes to help. George outside. Pass to Maxey. Lets it go from deep. Tatum pulls it in. The Celtics on offense. They're on an 18-7 run. Embiid with a steal. Pritchard against Maxey. Six to shoot. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Up top, Brown. George defending. There's Tatum with the 3. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan and great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
Now here's Maxey. 6 points for him. Here's Edgecombe from outside the arc. Gets the 3 to fall.
Oh, you know everyone comes into the league with a 3-shot now, and Edgecombe is, of course, no exception.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
And one thing I've learned through the years is no matter the situation, there are always adjustments you can make.
Yeah, I just don't think right now they're doing a good enough job of hunting the right mismatches.
Boston with some changes. Walsh comes in for Brown. Shireman comes in for White. A big group substitution here for Philadelphia. A minute 58 left in the opening quarter. Outside Pritchard. Tatum, a screen on Lowry. Pass to Walsh. 2:05 on the clock. Pritchard fires away outside. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Here's Barlow, hounded by Tatum. And here's Lowry from the arc. The putback. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
Pass to Vucevic. 1:06 left in the first quarter. Off the left rim and out. 76ers trail by 11. Here's Lowry. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit.
Playing way bigger than his 6-foot height. Lowry scores it inside. He just plays with so much heart.
Pritchard finds Vucevic. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first. And he drops it in from the low post. And for Philadelphia, they're shooting 28% in this first quarter. Embiid against Vucevic. Oh, it's stolen. Tatum looking it over. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter here. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest. Embiid passes to Grimes. Cuts off the pass. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Here's Vucevic. Off target at the rim. The first quarter concludes. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Boston out in front. They lead by 13. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. And our coverage of Game 7 continues. Intense atmosphere right now. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
You give any team this many second chance opportunities, it's going to put you in control.
So on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Trendon Watford is out there with Edwards. Then there's Quentin Grimes. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Lowry in at the point. Walker, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And that one falls for Tatum.
And Tatum is really a prototypical player for today's NBA. He's a do-it-all wing with great size, an effective jump shot. Plus, he's got that hunger you want in a star player.
Shot is good by Edwards.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Pass to Tatum. Tatum's got 19 points.
Come on, guys. Check out the tenacity. There's no back down in this fellow whatsoever.
Lowry surveys the D. Pass to Walker. Now Edwards to the paint. Clock at 6. Here's Embiid. And it's blocked by Vucevic.
It's awesome seeing Vucevic go after blocks. When he makes his presence felt, it makes a difference.
And it's blocked. And they'll keep possession. Good work there as it goes.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
You know that block has him and his teammates all pumped up. That is what playoff basketball is all about.
Closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second. And there's the foul. It's on Joel Embiid. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Boston leading by 18. And here's Tatum. He's got 21. Outside Pritchard. Shot clock at 6. That shot missing. And Lowry with the defensive effort. Edwards finds Lowry. Screen by Embiid. Lowry, the pass to Embiid. And another miss by Philadelphia.
This is a game he'd like to forget. And the worst part is bringing down the whole squad.
Pass to Pritchard. To the inside. Embiid with a steal. Edwards with it. Guarded by Vucevic. Walker for 3. Sinks the tray. Walker's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
I mean, I guess they're willing to give him that shot. They may want to rethink that strategy, though.
Vucevic, a screen on Lowry. Outside Pritchard. Shot clock at 5. They set a pick. 3-pointer. Rebound by Philadelphia.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
Now here's Lowry. It's Walker on the wing. Outside Grimes. His first shot coming late. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got rebound number 11. Lets a floater go. Here's Walsh. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Walsh has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Switch here. Brown's checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Barlow comes in for Walker, and it's Maxey in for Lowry. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Pass to Embiid. The first one to go. Now 1 for 7 on the night.
That's about as easy as it gets for Embiid in that range.
Now here's Brown, covered by Grimes. Outside, Brown. Pass to Pritchard. Tatum with a screen. The 3 is up. Pritchard, no good.
Well, he's over, but they're still winning, and that's really all that matters.
Edwards finds Maxey. Back to Edwards. Up top, Embiid. Good. The assist goes to Edwards.
Well, Embiid is laser focused. The way he shoots the ball is unreal for a 7-footer.
Tatum slams it home.
I love how he's taking charge out there. Here, offensively, riding the wave.
Pritchard against Maxey. Embiid with it. Back to Maxey. The 3-ball. Rebound Boston.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
And Boston pushing it up now. And it's blocked by Edwards. And that'll be Boston's ball as it goes out of bounds. Celtics able to keep possession here. And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
Oh, you could feel the playoff intensity in that block. He's playing some extra aggressive defense out there.
Derek White's checked in for Boston. George, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Edgecombe comes in for Edwards. Brown inside, covered by Grimes. Shot, left block. Again, the miss by Boston. 76ers trail by 16. Down low. And George gets it to go on the assist from Maxey.
Getting it done inside. You know, I love seeing George be active on the interior.
Tatum finds Vucevic. Outside Pritchard. White on the wing. Jacks up a three. Can't get it to drop. Some solid defense from Maxey. George against White. Embiid a screen on White. George for three. Hauled in by Brown. And Brown has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. They lead by 14. Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. Vucevic a screen on George. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
You're calling Tatum a capable scorer would be an understatement. He is an elite offensive talent.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
George's shot is good.
Well, he's a guy they look to go to, and now you see why.
And Boston has possession following that last three-pointer by Philadelphia. On the wing, Tatum. Lets it go. Ooh, nice D from George.
Yeah, another miss from downtown this quarter after being hot in the first.
Pass to Embiid. Now Grimes. Let's go with a three. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Backing up that last three with another three. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Here's Brown. Look at Brown getting it done inside.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Maxey against Pritchard with the teardrop. And Maxey with the lay-in. Maxey's got 8.
I love that shot right there. Maxey's showing you he's got one of the best floaters in the entire league.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And Boston with some changes. Tatus checked in for Nikola Vucevic. Walsh comes in for Jason Tatum. And it's Hauser in for Pritchard. Philadelphia also making some changes. Andre Drummond is checked in for Joel Embiid. And it's Kelly Oubre in for Grimes. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George. Pass to White. It's Brown on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Brown draws the double.
He had a decent start, but this quarter has not been kind.
Struggling to get it going out there right now. I think he's pressing just a little bit too much.
Back to Maxey. the deficit down inside single digits. Maxi's got 4 points this quarter.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
White, the pass to Queta. Now here's Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. Three-pointer. Downtown, Jaylen Brown.
And check out the handles from Brown. Just carving up the defense like a Thanksgiving turkey.
George outside. Back to Maxey. Over White. And it's Maxey missing. Boston leading by 11. Now here's Hauser. Knocked away. In transition. Here's George. Banked it in off the glass. 8 points for Paul George.
Yeah, Paul George that time understanding how to read the open floor and getting to the spot where he could get a good look.
Now here's Brown. He's got 7. Pass to Walsh. Lets the three fly. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space.
Outside Oubre. Maxey against White. Outside Maxey. Puts up a deep three. He can't get it to go. Good work defensively by White. Boston's gone 3 of 6 from outside in the second quarter. 1:02 left in the second period. There's a screen. Brown scanning the floor. Good work defensively by Oubre. 76ers trail by 12. White with it, and Drummond picks him up defensively. Hauser outside. Inside. And Oubre comes to help. Outside White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over George. Not enough on that one as it misses. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. George has got 9 points in the quarter. Now Brown from deep three-point range. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Boston Celtics earning this break in the action, up 10. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm here with Nick Nurse, and Coach, I saw you imploring your team to pick it up. Where do you need to be better in the second half?
Well, we're not very good offensively right now. I think we're taking some okay shots, but we got to be a little bit more patient and keep moving it around a little bit. Need multiple paint touches rather than just one. So we just got to do a little bit better job of getting off it and relocating a little bit.
Patience is a virtue. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Thanks for being with us. We're happy. Are you happy? Everything is going as planned in Game 7 for the Boston Celtics.
When you play the right way and you're patient, you usually come out on top.
Yeah, you love a team that will work, sometimes deep into the clock for their shots. Man, that's great.
Looking at how the Celtics are doing in this series. Game 7, we know how much is at stake. Kenny, what's it like to play in one of these?
Well, it's normal to have some nerves. Now, you can't shake those off, but those butterflies, they quickly remove when the game starts. Normally, guys get better in the second half.
First of all, Ernie, you shouldn't be asking the earthling that question because me, I never got nervous. I instilled fear in my opponents. So let's see who's built for this pressure.
The Diesel, pulling no punches, as usual. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And thanks for sticking with us as this round one game continues. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
And just halfway through this contest, he's already registered a double-double.
For most guys, that's a night's work. It shows you how dominant he's been to this point.
Celtics lead by 10. Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. White and Brown team up as the backcourt. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now here's Tatum. Shoots over Oubre. And it's Tatum missing.
The defense really didn't do enough to alter that shot. It's simply a miss.
To the middle. Here's Embiid. Down low. Embiid puts it in.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Hauser outside. Oubre against Tatum. Pass to Queta. The shot that time not on target. Embiid with the nice defensive effort. Maxey against White. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Pass to Queta. Here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Edgecombe.
They started out this half ice cold, 0 for their first 3.
Now Maxey. And here's Embiid. Philadelphia moving it around. And here's Oubre from the arc. Drops in the 3. Oubre's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, defensively, you just have to be better than that. You know he's a very good three-point shooter.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
Embiid, a screen on White. For 3, Maxey. It's not going to go for him.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide open 3.
Left side, Brown. With the fadeaway. Deflects the pass. Oh, George with a steal. Here's Oubre. And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Celtics lead by 5. Outside, Brown. Outside Tatum to win the drought. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Tatum's got 28 points for the game. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
Yeah, this coaching staff is frustrated right now. They just can't figure out a way to slow him down. They've got to push him off his spot.
Pass to George. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. 5 to shoot. Embiid, a screen on Brown. The 3 from Edgecombe. Brown with some nice D.
And all the credit goes to the defender. Very hard to contest threes without fouling.
Back to White. Takes the 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Yeah, what vision from Brown. Spotted the opening on the perimeter while he's inside.
Outside Oubre. George, a screen on Tatum. Tatum against Oubre. Pass to George. Boston pulls it in. Kidd has got his 4th rebound in this one. Tatum with it. Oubre picks him up. Oh, look out! A strong take by Tatum.
And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
George outside. Picked by Oubre. George passes to Oubre. Will it go? And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And we have seen it so many times. You just knew Embiid was going to finish that play.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
And the relentless pace has really taken a toll on the opposition.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
And the physicality Embiid brings to the table is awfully difficult to match. He knows how to use that 7-foot frame.
Hauser, no good with the triple.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Pass to Embiid. Tatum pulls it in. Kidd has got rebound number 5 here tonight. White, the pass to Keita. Brown against Oubre. White with a screen on Oubre. Hauser left side. Launches it. Joel Embiid with the board.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
It's George on the wing. Pass to Edgecombe. Embiid, a screen on Tatum. Brown with the steal. And Boston pushing it up now. Outside White. Now Hauser. Tatum from long range. Boston again missing. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. Trailing by 10. Right side Oubre. George, a screen on Brown. Oubre against Brown. 6 to shoot. Oubre passes to George. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. George has got 12.
And late in that shot clock, George bailing this possession out.
Outside Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston. White with a screen on George. Hauser passes to Tatum. To stop the drought. Tatum drills the 3.
Well, that's helping your team. By and large, he's taking shots he knows he can make.
To the wing on the left. Now here's Embiid. Tightly guarded. Yep, count it. 11 points in the game.
After a rough first half, it's good to see him start to put the pieces together here.
Boston leading by 9. Outside White. Kick out to Brown. Here's Keita. Embiid covers. Keita pass to Hauser. And here's Brown for 3. Paul George pulls it in. 76ers trail by 9. Pass to Embiid. Now here's George. The three from Edgecombe. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
Well, that's a real encouraging make for Edgecombe. The rookie's showing he can score it off the ball.
Tatum against Oubre. Outside Tatum. Hey, Tatum getting it done inside.
Well, just keep feeding him. He has been lights out.
Maxey against White. Maxey passes to George. And the 76ers tack on two more.
And this is exactly what Paul George does out there. He uses all of that skill to pick apart the defense.
White, the pass to Tatum. Boston needs to get off a shot here. Fires it from 18. Some solid defense from Maxey.
Well, he's not having as much success shooting the ball early as he wanted, but so far, it's not hurting their team performance.
Now here's Oubre. Maxey on the wing. Embiid, a screen on White. Here's Maxey. That shot is off. Good work defensively by White. From the line. That one rolls around and rims out. 76ers trail by 6. Pass to Edgecombe. Launches a three. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. Edgecombe's got 9 points.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
In order to cut into a lead the way that they have, you must be outstanding on both ends.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. So Boston ends up going with a new group. Celtics lead by 3. Here's Pritchard. Still without a bucket. Knocks down the triple.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
No, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Now here's Lowry. Walker, a screen on Pritchard. Lowry with it. Pritchard picks him up. Clock at 6. And he lobs it up to the rim. And Drummond with the jam.
And that's how you orchestrate the offense. Lowry showing the vision and the unselfishness.
Pass to Shireman. It's stolen away. Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia. Lowry, good. And now just a 2-point Celtic lead.
And you can tell they're in sync right now, expertly turning the steal into fast break points.
And here is Vucevic. Drummond defending. And the power finish by Vucevic.
Love it when Vucevic attacks with intent. He has the size and strength to dominate around the cup.
Grimes, the pass to Lowry. Outside Walker. This one for 3. And Lowry with the bucket on the assist by Walker. Lowry's got 7 points in the game.
Smart move going to Lowry, a talented shooter who doesn't hesitate on his shots.
Here's Pritchard to the paint. Vucevic gets the bucket. And that's now 6 points for Nikola Vucevic.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
It's Lowry with a drive.
Able to get to his spots offensively. You simply just can't fall asleep when guarding Lowry on the drive.
Philadelphia shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game.
Taking 2 shots.
free throw, good from Lowry.
Embracing his role as a leader for this squad, Lowry recognizes the importance of this in terms of developing his teammates.
Terry's checked in for Walker. He's off on the second. Boston's got 4 of 8 attempts to fall from deep here in the third quarter. Pass to Pritchard. Vucevic, a screen on Lowry. Pritchard, the pass to Vucevic. Hits the trifecta. 9 points in the game.
The sure stroke for Vucevic when he added that three-point shot in his 6th season. He has loads of trust in his jumper.
Now Drummond. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Left side Grimes. 5 on the clock. Late clock. The Sixers need to put one up here. Lowry, no good. Garza passes to Pritchard. For 3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Boston out in front. They're up by 5. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm Assist of the Game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
And he runs their offense for a reason. He's got excellent vision. Wow, what a gift for his teammates.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining 2K Sports and our coverage of this first round. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Trendon Watford is out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's Kyle Lowry. Then there's Quentin Grimes. And it's Edwards in at the 3. Here's Pritchard. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Pass to Vucevic. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Tatum. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Tatum's got 12 points in just the second half.
You like the way Tatum can sliver around to get his shot.
Here's Watford. Embiid, high post. Tries it from the top of the key. Again, Philadelphia.
And what I love about his performance tonight, he started slow, but he refocused at halftime, and he has really picked it up.
Now here's Pritchard. Vucevic, a screen on Lowry. Pass to Vucevic. Edwards against Tatum. Count it. Tatum's got 39.
I think I've lost track of how many of their possessions have ended exactly like that.
And the way he's scoring is impressive. He's doing it with great efficiency.
Now here's Lowry. Down low. Outside Grimes. Screen by Embiid. Grimes, the pass to Lowry. Shoots over Pritchard. Boston pulls it in. Pass to Tatum. Now Vucevic. Here's Shireman. Here's Wolf. Misses the 3.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
Lowry, the pass to Edwards. Outside Grimes. Pass to Embiid. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to belong to Nikola Vucevic.
Well, with his ability to stretch the floor and his size, I'm not sure how you even guard him.
And he knocks down the first one.
Molding himself into one of the most dominant centers in the league, Embiid has really come into his own.
Brown, he's checked in for Walsh. The 76ers also with a sub. Maxey's checked in. And Embiid drops them both.
And having a big man like him who's efficient from the line used to be a luxury, but it's becoming more and more common.
Pass to Brown. Back to Pritchard. Outside, Brown. From behind the arc. He's off on that one.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making it.
Watford the pass to Maxey. Outside Grimes. Screen by Embiid. To tie it up. Buries it from 3. It's a tie ball game.
They fought so hard to get themselves in a position to win this game.
Well, they've shown great determination, and that speaks to the overall character of this team.
Now here's Pritchard. Right side, Tatum. Fades away. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Tatum's got 6 here in the quarter.
And he has led the attack for them the entire game, and now he's trying to get them to the finish line.
Screen by Embiid. Wide open look. Jump shot is good. Embiid's got 19 points.
Well, he's just an elite scorer. Embiid, unstoppable.
Vucevic, a screen on Maxey. Pritchard, the pass to Vucevic. And here's Tatum. Watford covering. To the inside. Here's Shireman. He gets it in there. And the Celtics lead by 2.
Smart play call to get him something at the rim.
He is in attack mode every time up the floor, every single night.
Now here's Edwards. To the middle. Vucevic with a steal. Brown with it. Grimes covering. Back to Brown. And stolen by Edwards. Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia. Here's Maxey. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist.
Now, when he's out in the open floor, Maxey is almost impossible to match up with.
And here's Tatum. That shot, no good. Good D by Watford. The 76ers have gotten 5 of 6 shots to go in the 4th. Here's Grimes. Sinks it from distance. Now it's a 3-point Philadelphia lead.
They are shooting the lights out and doing a good job of maintaining this lead.
Pick by Vucevic. Tatum with it. He's against Watford. Right side Tatum. 6 to shoot. Here's Vucevic. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
So a good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting back, you cannot give up plays like that.
Here's Tatum. And rejected. Maxey attacking. And it's rejected. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball. Boston making a switch here. White's checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Oubre, he's checked in for Watford. George comes in for Edwards. And it's Edgecombe in for Grimes. Outside Maxey. George feels it out a bit. To the paint. Vucevic with a steal. White on the wing. Back to Pritchard. Pass to Brown. On the wing, Tatum. He's covered by Oubre. Inside. Embiid with a steal. George with it. Here's Maxey. He's guarded by White. Outside Maxey. From deep. Rebound Boston. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Tatum. Over Oubre. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And normally that's an easy 2 for him. I'm surprised he missed that one.
Here's Edgecombe. Fires from deep. And another miss by Philadelphia.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Oubre against Tatum. Six on the shot clock. They need this. It's hauled in by Oubre. Philadelphia leading by 5. Outside Maxey. Up and in on the layup. Maxey's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're shooting with much more confidence here in the second half. The field goal percentage is now over 50%.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Checked in for Boston. Hauser comes in for Pritchard. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. Well, coach is thrilled with their three-point shooting, saying in the huddle, guys, let's keep it up. Continue to shoot it from deep. It's working. They've been on fire from distance so far.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Pass to Hauser. Down low. Nice ball movement by Boston. Tatum against Oubre. Shot clock at 5. To the paint. Tipped. Oh, stolen by Embiid. Maxey on the wing. He's guarded by White. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
And the relentless pace has really taken a toll on the opposition.
So it's Boston now, after the Sixers picked up a basket a moment ago. Again, the miss by Boston.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Outside Oubre. Edgecombe. Now it's Maxey. Outside Oubre. Jacks up a 3. Brown pulls down the board. Tatum with it. Guarded now by Maxey. White outside. Fires the 3. Oh, it doesn't go.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
They just need a spark. This is when your leaders have to step up.
Now Embiid. He fires. Oh, he hits a tough fadeaway.
Yeah, good things happen when Embiid has the ball in his hands. I mean, this guy can do it all.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Oubre against Tatum. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. Here's Edgecombe, defended by Hauser. Embiid, just in time with the putback.
Yeah, good luck blocking out Embiid. He is so massive at 7 feet. He can just power his way to grab offensive rebounds.
Now here's White. It's stolen by Oubre. And now the Sixers on the break. Maxey fires. Oh, he dropped in a sweet J.
These guys really stepped up and played their hearts out to finish the series on their terms. So it's going to be on to the next round for the 76ers.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
BA, the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And for a series that went all the way, you have to appreciate their ability to close it out in advance.
In Game 7, you need guys who are going to be clutch, who are going to rise to the occasion, overcome the obstacles. They did everything they had to do.
And as most people predicted, the defense, even though they were keying on him, had no answers for Joel Embiid.
And he was tremendous on the glass tonight, controlling the boards and fighting for extra possessions.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, any thought of losing this game has been put to bed.
Now here's Tatum. Brown on the wing. Shot clock at 6. He launches. Ooh, it doesn't go.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Maxey. Ooh, missed on the tray. Here's a pass to Tatum. With that win, they'll be moving on to round 2. And what a way to cap off a riveting series in round 1. They seem to feed off the pressure of this Game 7.
Well, they had to put a lot of energy into winning this series. They'll be a little worn down physically, but from a mental standpoint, they'll be riding high after battling so hard to win this series.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Well, Paul, this team seems to be rounding into shape. What is your sense of the chemistry right now?
Really good, real beneficial. It's great that we was able to pick this one up. That's what it's about. We don't care if it's a blowout or if it's a close one. We need to learn how to do both. So it's great. We were able to pick this up. Good quality team win.
Good luck on continuing to build that chemistry.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us during the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And now let's take a look at our player of the game. Joel Embiid